So hi and welcome to today's video. So today's video is all about getting glossier paintwork. Now it's really about the kind of products which I really have noticed make a big difference in terms of adding gloss and making your car just look really nice and shiny. Now I'm a big believer that gloss, or true kind of gloss, comes from the paint condition, and that slapping a wax or sealant over the top of it that says that it adds a load of gloss generally fails to meet expectation. I think that when I'm talking about paint condition, I'm really talking about, is the paint properly decontaminated? Is it, as clean as it possibly could be? And then have you removed any defects like swirls and scratches and things like that? That's generally where you get the kind of true gloss from. However, there's going to be two kind of people watching this video. There's going to be the ones that already have perfect paint. You've decontaminated it, you've polished it, the paint looks fantastic, but you just want something that's going to give it that edge really. And then there's going to be people who have cars that don't have great paint, they can't polish it for whatever reason, whether they don't have the time, don't want to pay anyone else to do it, or the paint might be too thin to actually safely do that, and they're looking to kind of fill in imperfections but also have those products that are really going to kind of boost that gloss and get the best finish when the paint itself isn't in the best condition. So as I've said, what I've found is most products I've tried generally tend to overpromise and underdeliver. Now I'm not talking about every single product here, of course, I'm listing my favourites. These aren't the only products out there. I have tried other products that do something still, but just not quite as much of these. These are the ones that I've found to make the biggest difference for me personally. I haven't tested these using the gloss meter, that's not what this video is about. For me, gloss meters are fantastic for comparing products, I do agree with that. However, I want to apply something to my car, and if I can't sit back and go, that looks better, for me a gloss meter is just not helping me make that decision. For me it's a sort of visual transformation that I'm looking for. So I'm starting off with two products here, and these are both by Garage Therapy. Now we've got two, so we've got this one on the right, which is a ceramic sealant, so basically says what it is on the tin, and then we've got this one which is called Sigma, which is essentially like a bit of a hybrid between a quick detailer and a sort of standalone sealant. So you could use this standalone, but generally I like to layer this on top of something else. So you can layer it with this, layer it with whatever you want, but something that's going to boost that finish, whereas this is something you're looking for a little bit more long term. So in terms of why I picked them, these are products where basically I applied them to the car and I stood back and I thought, do you know what, that actually looks brilliant, and it's been like that for every car I've tried it on. Cars with good paint, cars with bad paint, it does help to boost that finish. So if you do have really nice paintwork already, then I think adding this will make a difference. So in terms of what the products actually do in terms of application, so essentially what you do is you apply this by fully prepping the paintwork to start with to get the most out of it. Then essentially what you're going to do is spread it over the panel. Now I like to use a microfiber block applicator to do this. Then you spread it over lightly, wait around a minute for it to kind of not completely haze, but at that point you're going to kind of level it. Then I wait around a minute longer before buffing it off entirely. So it's similar to a coating application, but it's sort of a little bit of a hybrid between the two, I guess. Now, next one we've got here is Sigma. So this one is, again, like a little bit of a topper. So it's similar in application to the ceramic sealant, but you miss a step. So rather than spreading, leveling, and then wiping off, you just spread and then wipe off. Around a minute later, I found is best for it. So in terms of durability, for this, you're looking at around 6 weeks when applied on top of something else. And for this, when you prep the paintwork properly and apply a couple of layers, I've found around 4 to 5 months is accurate for that kind of level of performance I'm getting. Whereas after that 4 to 5 months, it's still there, but I feel like I need to add something else on the cars that I've used it on. So the next one we've got here is R222, or P21S in America. So this is a kind of more of a show wax, so it's a carnauba wax, and I think it also has beeswax in it as well. You get a decent amount of this, which is quite good. It's reasonably priced. I think I picked this one up for just over £30, and it's quite a firm wax. When you apply it, you need a very thin layer, and it's sort of an oily film that you're essentially applying. But in terms of removal, when you buff it off, it's effortless. It's really nice product to actually use. So I do really enjoy this one. The drawbacks of this are that generally I think that the durability of it's just not there. It's good if you just want that pop of gloss, say it's going to be a really nice sunny week, or you go into a car show, whatever you want, you'd apply this. If you want anything longer than a couple of weeks out of this, you're pushing it a bit. If you're using alkaline snow foams or anything on this, it's dead. It really does get a bit of a battering. If you're using pH neutral, you probably get a few weeks out of it, but generally the durability of it is quite poor. I think the finish with this one is slightly different to with the ceramic sealant and Sigma that I talked about before. With those, I see that it's more of a, it's sort of a colder, harder look to paintwork, and I know people say it about sort of the difference between wax and sealants finishes. I have seen it more with these two products, particularly when I compare them. This is a warmer, sort of glowier kind of finish, so in terms of that real sort of reflections, I think I get them more with Garage Therapy products, whereas this one, it does add really nice warmth to the paintwork, so it depends really on kind of what colour you're using, which product you prefer, which finish you're after. But in terms of improving the overall look of the paintwork, this is a really good one to use. So now we've been through some of my favourite paint protection products to actually enhance gloss as well. I might want to talk about ones that you might use to prepare the paintwork and ones that I do think make a really good difference as well, particularly if the paint isn't in the best condition. I think that these products make a massive difference. So first one I'm talking about here is a Paintwork Cleanser. So this is R222, so again the same brand that we were just talking about with the wax. They are designed to go together and used together they get great results. However, you can use them with other products. It's, you know, you don't have to use them together. I apply this to a foam applicator, so you can apply it to a DA polisher as well. I've done that in the past. But you essentially work it into paintwork. It hazes very, very quickly, so as soon as you stop working it, it basically is completely dry. And then you buff it off with a microfiber towel. It's not a paintwork cleanser that doesn't leave anything behind, so you will get some gloss enhancing agents from it. So it doesn't just clean the paintwork, it does add something there as well. That's going to be a disadvantage if you're applying a sealant and you want that proper bond into the paintwork. Say you're applying Garage Therapy ceramic sealant, I wouldn't use this at the start of it. I would use this as probably paired with a wax like that one. I think that the results are going to be better there. However, if you are applying something that can be layered with this, I think that this is a really great option. It does definitely improve the gloss on the paintwork, and it again sort of helps to clean it up a little bit. So I think that's a big advantage, particularly on cars where the paintwork isn't in amazing condition. And finally, I wanted to talk about Glaze. So this one is Poor Boy's Black Hole. Now, admittedly, this is the only ever Glaze I've tried, and this is, I think, my third bottle of it. I absolutely love the stuff, and I wouldn't be without it now I've tried it. The amount of times where I've been cleaning someone else's car and I've thought, do you know what, this really does need a polish here, it doesn't look great, or had to clay their car but didn't have time to polish it, then applying this it saves me every time. It helps to just fill in any minor imperfections. It helps with scratches and swirls. Surprised at how much this fills, to be honest. It does do a really good job. Of course, you know, it's not filling really deep scratches, it's filling the ones where you're getting glaring sunlight and you probably won't be able to see them with this on, but it does improve the overall finish of the paintwork by essentially creating the illusion of a flatter clear coat. So as I said at the beginning, I feel like true gloss comes from the condition of the paintwork, so having a flat clear coat that can reflect light evenly is a big part of that. Again, the only disadvantage of the Paintwork Cleanser and the Glaze in particular is that generally they're not designed to work with sealants because they provide that sort of intermediate layer between the paintwork and the paint protection, so prevents the durability of it a little bit. Again, with application, it's absolutely fantastic. One of the most effortless products I've used in terms of both applying it and removing it. It's sort of a cream type consistency, so it spreads very evenly. In terms of buffing it off, around 5 minutes later it's completely dry, maybe even less sometimes, and it buffs off effortlessly. One swipe with a microfiber and it's totally gone. So absolutely fantastic product to use, and I definitely would not be without this stuff, and when I run out of this third bottle I'll be getting a fourth. So I don't buy a lot of products twice, and that's something that, as you can probably tell by the collection behind me, I don't like buying products twice, so I like trying different things, but this is just one that I don't really trust anything else to do a good a job as this. I'm sure there's great products out there, but yeah, fantastic stuff. What I want to say as well is if you have any products yourself that think really do improve the gloss on the paintwork and really add to that finish, please let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear them and pick them up. So thanks again for watching, hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.